Well, hello, good morning, and welcome everybody to another edition of Urfspace Live. And today you're joining me, your host Chuck Whelan, together with my co-host Mr. Dale Sipperley, as we do our annual Christmas holiday special. Every year, as it happens, it's Christmas at this time of year, and we usually try to do some sort of themed holiday drawing. Dale is wearing his top hat, which was very popular with our viewer last week. So that's good. He's carrying that on. That's quite a Christmassy thing to wear a top hat at this time of year. And I'm also wearing a funny hat that people like to wear funny hats at this time of year. If you're not familiar with the traditions that go on, perhaps you were just born this year, in which case, congratulations, or you just arrived on this planet on some sort of exploratory mission to find out if we've got civilization yet. We're going to get on with the show and do some drawing. So, right before we do that, though, here is the theme tune. All right, and here we are. All right, I'm going to move my drawing into the main frame here, and there we go. I'll pop us down the bottom. So, yeah, we're still here. I don't know, Dale. I'm going to put Dale on the main screen for a bit because I'm just getting on with a little underdrawing here because I'm doing a little ambitious drawing. So we're going to have Dale. Dale's going to start off. We'll start off right away. Hang on, I'm going to get all this figured out here. Here we go. We're going to start off right away with a bit of Dale. But wait, hang on. Before you say anything, Dale, I'm just going to do Dale's Retail Roundup.
Okay, I don't have anything prepared.
Okay. Wait,
normally you give me a little bit of a warning and I gather things to show, but to be honest, I haven't bought anything. The Christmas season has sucked. I have no Christmas spirit. I'm hoping to change that today by going to the Dickens Fair. And I was going to go early, except I forgot we have this stupid show.
The Dick Fair, as I went one year and they were having the Harley Davidson Fair right next door at the same time. And the people at the Harley Davidson Fair were calling it the Dick Fair, which sort of took a bit of the fun out of it. So I hope they're not doing that again.
I'm wondering if I may put it off until tomorrow.
But I thought it was a bit ironic because by saying things like that, they were being the dicks.
Dude, they're Harley riders.
I mean, yeah, having them call other people dicks is a bit ironic, really.
So no, what I've been spending my money on lately is getting my library cataloged.
You're
which
live there.
I recommend everyone. I'm going to do that as the first step of minimalization. I need
You're
to
going on
minimalize my
your
life this year.
minimalist journey.
Yes, it's part of my minimalist journey.
Wait, okay, you're supposed to be telling us all the things we should be buying, not telling us.
No, this year we're going minimalist.
How are we going to get sponsors?
We'll
can
get
Marie
minimalist.
Kondo,
We'll get
maybe.
minimalist sponsors. We'll get minimalist sponsors. We'll get people who sell nothing. That's one of the things I truly admire about the Mutt's cartoonist, Patrick McDonnell. He had that amazing idea of creating a book that you can give as a gift. And the theme of the book is the gift of nothing. So if you want to give nothing, you have to buy his book. That's ingenious. I highly recommend that you go out and
Wait,
buy.
what is the gift of nothing now?
It's his book, The Gift of Nothing. Patrick McDonnell has figured out how to sell his books along with nothing. Wow. And another good gift this year, you can buy his book, The Guard Dog Story, which is quite charming.
Well, he draws in a very minimalist style, so it's very easy for him to knock a book out in 5 minutes, isn't it?
Wow, it might be easy for him to. No.
No,
I mean, we're talking about.
He takes a long time over those drawings. They look like he did them in like 2 minutes flat.
Well, that's because he's a freaking genius, and he's
a genius that he takes like hours and hours to do like a drawing that I could knock out in 2 minutes.
He's a genius.
Okay, if you say so.
I do say so.
Yeah, you do say so. Frequently complimenting other cartoonists on this show.
Yeah, you catch a clue. I saw. I guess the New Yorker is going to start animating their cartoons.
Are they using AI?
No, I actually had a little interaction with New Yorker cartoonist Joe Dater, and God, I can't remember the name of the animator. There's an animator in England who's adding motion to some of these cartoons, and he's using Adobe Animate.
Okay, look, that's fair enough. But listen, I've been using AI to animate some of my cartoons, and I always get criticism. The people I get criticism from are always people doing like the worst kind of digital slop for their own art, and then they're accusing me of using AI slop. I mean, I think it's very sort of telling. He comes up with the criticism.
Well,
yeah, I get it. Like AI is bad, Bitcoin is bad. They're using up tons of energy. Computers are bad. Photography is bad. Photography is the real job killer for illustration. I mean, if you're using any kind of photography or digital tools, you're killing traditional illustration jobs. Just FYI.
No, it's
no. Yes.
So what are you getting Tina for Christmas?
I can't say on the air because she listens to the show. But I have got her a present.
Yes, I haven't gotten it. I've got a. That's what I'm hoping to do at the Dickens Fair is buy presents.
Now, are we checking the comments in case any famous viewers have comments about your hat like they did last week?
Yeah, I'm monitoring the comments. Nothing yet.
Last week we had a famous viewer.
Who was the famous
complimented
viewer?
Dale's hat, and we totally missed the comments.
Who was the famous viewer?
Scott Kurtz.
Oh, well, Scott, if you're here, thank you for the comments.
I'm not sure how famous he is outside of world of webcomics, but in the world of webcomics, he's about as famous as you can get.
No, Scott Kurtz does player versus player, PvP.
PvP, yeah, that's one of the original webcomics, really. I mean, that's a webcomic that made webcomics what they are.
He was one of the people who was one of the authors for I can't remember the title, but it was a guide to webcomic making.
I might try and get him on as a guest, because when I started my original podcast, that was sort of one of my goals, was to sort of, like, I was thinking of it as like my journey into the heart of darkness when I started podcasting, and I would be sailing up the river to meet with Colonel Kurtz at the end, and then I realized, well, he is kind of Colonel Kurtz, so I should talk to him.
Well, I haven't really looked at player versus player in a long time, so I don't know how they're monetizing it. I remember that Scott was dealing with the aging of his father by doing some very insightful personal strips.
Yeah, he did some personal strips in the days of Modern Tales. Actually, like he had a sort of personal strip about his life on Modern Tales back in the day.
Yeah, he's. I think I met him once at the Cartoon Art Museum in San Francisco.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but he wouldn't remember me. I was just some dumbass fanboy. But and then he was doing. God, I can't remember it because I'm not a D&D fan. He had a D&D themed strip.
Yeah, he's sort of been involved with that. I think he's got a YA book out that's been doing quite well with that.
Good for him.
Yeah.
But he was part of a podcast with a number of webcomic artists. And I'm trying to remember, was it Dave Kellett?
Yes, and Brad Geiger.
And because Dave Kellett was doing an amazing sci-fi strip with great world building called Drive. And I don't know if that's still going on.
Yeah, and they've been doing their own podcast, Dave and Brad, and they've been doing like hosting things at the NCS meetups where they sort of interviewing other cartoonists and stuff. And yeah, they're good chaps. I like Dave a lot, and I like Brad too. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I know them about the same. But yeah. Yeah. So all right. Yeah. Well, we ought to like as the closing theme on this show goes. If you want to have a podcast, you should have more guests.
This isn't a podcast. This is just an exercise to get us out of bed in the morning.
Yeah, I feel like it's sort of like us on Venice Beach in the morning, flexing our muscles. Well, I'm flexing my muscles, and you're my spotter.
I have no idea why I'm here.
I told you, you're my spotter.
I guess I'm just.
We're supposed to be doing retail roundup right now while I do do my pencil drawings. Right? Involved in the pencil drawing here.
I haven't bought anything. Well, you can put my drawing on the screen too. I'm sharing it.
I think you have to do that. I can't access it.
Oh, good Lord.
What do you mean you haven't bought anything? You had a whole year of buying things. It's the annual Christmas show. You're supposed to be like telling everybody, like they've got to rush out and do their last minute holiday shopping. There must be some things that you can recommend that they get.
No, not really.
Well, I mean, you always recommend people get a Zardoz DVD.
Yeah.
So, are there 2 other movies they're supposed to get for their collections?
No. It's all
No,
that stuff.
one of them Circle of Iron and the other one Charlie Muffin. Well,
Well, you can
might
watch those for
buy
free
that.
on the internet.
What?
You can watch those for free on the internet.
Yeah, but what if they want to own a copy? All right. Okay, what's going on, Dale? I've never seen you so depressed.
Well, it's Christmas. Everyone's depressed on Christmas.
That's
Yeah,
not
exactly.
true.
Everyone's depressed at Christmas. So, what makes you so special?
I'm a host. I get to be depressed.
What happened to the church lady? I like the
What,
church lady.
what church lady?
She go, what makes you so special? On Saturday Night Live.
That was Dana Carvey.
Yeah.
He had health problems. I also think he got out of the business because he lost his wife when he was taking care of his kids.
He lost his wife. Where did
Yeah.
he lose her?
Like to death. That kind of loser.
Not like at Disneyland then.
No, not in the couch cushions.
Because people do lose their partners at Disneyland. They go to Disneyland and the partner goes having a wonderful time and they go running off, and then
That's one of the big mysteries of Disneyland is they have a counter that counts all the people that come in, so that they know everybody leaves or stays, and they lose something like about 40 or 50 people a year. And the thought is that
they always lose people. They don't sometimes gain people. Have like more.
They lose people. So there's a lot of thought that these are people who their organs are being harvested to keep Walt Disney alive.
How many organs does he need?
I don't know. I mean, they probably all of them. Oh, did you hear they're gonna do the Muppet Show again? The Muppet Show is coming back.
Okay, is it going to be better than the last two times they tried to brought it back and it was a disaster?
I
don't really think you can do that because Jim Henson's dead. This is what they don't seem to understand. It's like, okay, now we're watching an undead corpse walking around, and somehow
they don't. They hire new people to work on it.
Yeah, but they're not Jim Henson, are they? Because they're just people who just copy what Jim Henson did.
Well,
why don't they get somebody original who draws their own original thing? That might actually be good.
Okay, dude. Everyone wants old stuff. They don't want to try new stuff.
Yeah, have they not read Watchmen, which talks about the dangers of nostalgia?
Oh, God, are we going to bring that up again? That's all you have talked about for the last 2 weeks that I've talked.
I think it's important.
Nostalgia this, nostalgia that.
Yeah, nostalgia. In World War I, that's what they call PTSD, was nostalgia. You had a bad case of nostalgia.
Oh, my God. Everyone gets nostalgia.
Yeah, well, exactly. So, you have the way to deal with it is not to think about it. Is to have original content so that you can get nostalgic for that instead. Now, Sam, what are you going to be nostalgic for in the future, producer?
What am I going to be nostalgic for?
Well, how does your nostalgia manifest at holiday time when nostalgia is very prevalent? I mean, holidays are all about. This is the time of year when you're allowed to have nostalgia.
He's too young to be nostalgic. He doesn't know what nostalgia is.
He'll be nostalgic about the show. How about that? One day you'll be going, God, my dad was right. I'm nostalgic about this show. Those happy days before he was a
You just might be right.
One day I'll just be sort of drooling into my cereal or my soup.
Oh, no, he'll euthanize you by then.
All right, I want to do a castle in the background too. I don't know if I've got a lot of room for a castle.
Things we should talk about are we lost a few interesting people in the last few days.
Okay, yeah, well, that's a new segment. Dale's
Yeah, we should. Yeah, Dale's death roundup.
Dale's.
Dale's
Bring
Grim
out your
Reaper
dead.
report.
Bring out your dead.
Yeah, the bring out your dead report. Oh my God, that's sad.
All right, who have we lost?
Rob Reiner.
Oh yeah.
We lost Gil Gerard from Buck Rogers, and a real blow to me is Bob Burns, who I'm gonna. He had a good life. He made it to 90.
All right. To be honest, like, would we have known of Gil Gerard otherwise? If it hadn't been on the news that he died, because it's not like everybody was like, "Oh, I can't wait for the new Gil Gerard show to come out," because basically that hasn't happened since Buck Rogers.
Um,
And basically, only season 1 was any good. I mean, season 2. I mean, okay, it had Wilfred Hyde White, was one thing in season 2 that was better than season 1, but otherwise, season 2. I mean, the outfits were less good, the plots were less good, the budget was less good. Special effects were slightly better in season 2, but I mean, that's really pushing it.
okay, you're gonna like continue to bash one of my childhood shows. You don't hear me coming on and like saying, "Oh, Are You Being Served" was a piece of crap.
Well, I wish you would. I mean, I think so. It's a piece of crap.
Are You
Even
Being
the
Served?
BBC didn't want to put it on. The trouble is, like, all the plebs liked it, and they sold it to America. The Americans liked it, so they had to keep making it.
Yeah, that's because anyone who's worked in retail knows it's a documentary and not comedy.
Yeah, and like Doctor Who as well. That's another thing that I think they keep wanting to cancel it, but people kept buying. They kept buying it in America, so they're like, "Oh God, I guess we have to make another season, but we'll put less money in it, so they'll be less interested in buying it." They put less and less money in it, and then they say, "Oh well, look, it's not as good as Star Wars or ET, so we're not going to make it anymore." Oh, that's literally why they axed it. All right, so sorry, tell us more about.
I thought it was that they ran out of quarries. I thought that
They could use the same quarry. It was like the closest quarry to London. Yeah, quarry shortages is not the issue. All right, okay, I better get on and start inking it now. But all right, I think I've done the underdrawing I wanted to do, more or less. All right, I think I'm gonna. Okay, I'm doing this one with the brush because they tend to be a bit more popular. I think. I'm really confused about YouTube. Like, some of my videos on YouTube get like thousands of views, and then other ones get like 4 or 5. And honestly, this is utterly confusing me at this point.
I was looking at brushes yesterday. I was at Lens Art Supply in Santa Cruz, and man, red sable brushes cost the moon. I saw a big fat round, and it was like $400. I can see why kids are switching to digital. You can't afford brushes.
Like a paintbrush?
It was a red sable round watercolor.
Like, how big was it? I've never heard of a brush that expensive. I mean, yeah, some people say sable brushes are expensive, but I mean, I've used.
I don't know, maybe a 9 or 10 round. I was thinking, wow, maybe I should get a red sable brush for my friend Chuck, who uses brushes. I wonder what a number 3 brush would cost, and it's like a car payment.
I'm using a number 1 here.
Yeah.
But wait, it's not very pointy. Hang on. I need to make it pointier.
You spit.
not very warmed up yet. I have to warm this up a bit.
Yes, kids, brushes need to be warmed up. You need to put them under your armpit so that the moisture and the body heat gets them all nice and usable. The big news is they're going to put in a Dick Blick in San Jose. Dick Blick is.
They're going to do what to your dick?
They're putting in a Dick Blick in San Jose, California. It's a art supply store chain, and all my friends want me to apply to work there.
Yeah.
That is
Well,
not.
both of them.
Yes, both of my friends. I want to be the old cranky guy selling art supplies who like tells you, first of all, this art supply is incredibly poisonous, and second of all, it's not as good as we had back in my day.
Yeah. That's what people want when they go to art supply stores.
Yeah, that's what I would like. No,
that's what you would like.
People get jobs in art supply stores the same reason they get jobs in music stores. They want cheap gear.
What about my employment suggestion for you?
I can't remember what it was.
Well, I suggested you become a Santa Claus.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Those of you, yes, I came up to visit Shea Whalen, and I was told that I would make a wonderful mall Santa.
I think, more like a sort of little exclusive shopping mall where they've got like a little strip mall where they have a comic shop and a printing shop and an art supply shop.
You see, that was
DVD and a used DVD, VHS and DVD shop.
That was Chuck's polite way of saying that I'm fat and I'm old. Thank you.
Well, you were reclining on my banquette.
Yeah. My advice to
your belly was very distended, and you were quite. I think you were quite sort of jolly in the moment, and unlike usual.
Yeah.
And I thought, and you've got quite a beard these days, so I was like, oh wait, you could be a pretty good Santa, and you love shopping. Like, who loves hanging out in shopping malls more than you?
I hate shopping malls. There aren't any.
Well, shopping centres then, shopping districts.
I love capitalism. Just kind of ironic because most people online call me a communist.
There's nothing wrong with communism, except that it's quickly corrupted by the 1% of humans who suffer from psychopathy. Do you tell them that?
No, I usually tell them just to F off.
Well, that's not very nice. That's not
They're not very nice to me.
Well, that's not. But yeah, okay. But that you don't. You just say it takes one to know one.
No. No. I wish there was the option of, you just can not celebrate or be involved with Christmas. You wear some sort of badge that says no Christmas for me this year. People should just give up holidays like they give up drinking.
Yeah, but you always wear like a badge with like Zardoz or Charlie Brown on it, which makes people think, oh, Christmas. That makes people think you're the sort of guy that would like Christmas.
Well, I used to like Christmas. But now Christmas has been co-opted by crazy religious people. The thing about Christmas is, and you learn this when you work in retail. Oh my God, no, I'm on a thinking layer. You learn when you work in retail that Christmas is the piston cycle of the economic engine of the country. And there are some stores that their entire survival is based on holiday sales.
Christmas comes but once a year. Thank God I'm not Christmas.
When you work in retail, Christmas, the whole year revolves around Christmas. And I hate Christmas.
Christmas time, mistletoe and wine. Children singing Christian rhyme. I'm such a bad singer. I'm a non-singer. I was designated a non-singer by my music teacher at school.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that something they do in England? They have singing tests, and then they decide whether you're a singer or not.
Well, I think one day we were having our music lessons and she sort of seemed very annoyed and she made us all sort of sing and she walked up and down the line and she said, "You're a non-singer, you're a non-singer, you're a non-singer." And all of us non-singers got to sit at the back and we could read a book. And I was quite enjoying that. But then she decided to start using us to do page turning. And stupidly, I was too good at the page turning. And then so I ended up becoming the page turner the whole bloody time, which I really hated.
What's a page?
That really put me off music for a long time, to be honest.
Music's a fad. Fortunately, AI is going to kill it. I had a lovely experience in Santa Cruz yesterday. I was at the Santa Cruz bookshop, which I recommend highly. And I was getting checked out at the register, and there was a wonderful clerk there, and she was wearing reindeer antlers on her head, and she was also wearing a Ghost t-shirt from the band Ghost. And I'm thinking, that's the way to celebrate Christmas.
Sure it wasn't that TV
wear animal antlers and a t-shirt from a band that worships Satan. That actually got me slightly in the Christmas spirit.
I've never seen that TV show Ghost, but it looks very awful.
No, I'm talking about the band Ghost.
But are you sure she knew that?
I assume so. She was wearing the shirt.
Yeah, but she might have thought it was from like the TV show Ghosts.
No, I'm pretty sure she didn't. Of course, I don't know. I mean, the other day, like Charles's friend told me that they had never read the comic strip Peanuts. And
yeah, it was like Timothy Chalamet was on Graham Norton and he'd never heard the story of Samson and Delilah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about kids anymore. I had to educate some kid at Atlantis Fantasy World about various TV Christmas specials, like Blackadder Christmas Carol, the movie We're No Angels, A Wish for Wings at Work.
Wait, I haven't seen those last two.
Okay, now I have to. Okay, so every Christmas there are various Christmas specials you want to watch. And when I was growing up, it was always It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah, all right, I like that one.
But I like ones with murders and sarcasm. So the Christmas specials I recommend are I recommend We're No Angels with Humphrey Bogart and Peter Ustinov and Aldo Ray. And it's about three prisoners on Devil's Island in the 1800s who escape for Christmas, and they They work their way into the house of a gullible shopkeeper who they plan to murder and steal everything from. But they end up helping them celebrate Christmas, and it's a great movie. There's a body count of two. Well, if you count a guard, there's a body count of 3 dead people. So, like, it's not as many dead people as Die Hard, but it's it's still a good Christmas movie.
Oh, yeah, I was telling Sam about how in the 80s, like every time a movie came out, like an action movie, they had to increase the body count.
Yeah.
Because there hadn't been big body counts before that. And I guess Die Hard was sort of a bit later on in the 80s, so the body counts were really upping. People were still counting the body counts, I think, when Die Hard came out. Well, that was maybe that was the end of the body counting. I think when Die Hard came out, Die Hard could have marked the end of the body counts. Because I don't remember people talking about the body count in Die Hard.
Well, I'm sure
that movie could have been the watershed of where they stopped. Because Bruce Willis then counted now as one of the, it was Sylvester Stallone and Schwarzenegger and Bruce Willis, didn't they? They opened Planet Hollywood. And Bruce Willis got in there because he basically won the body count thing because nobody counted after that movie.
I never ate at a Planet Hollywood.
And now they call it a Christmas movie, even though it was the triumph of Satan on Earth. Now it's a Christmas movie.
Are we talking about Die Hard?
Yeah. Like, now that the psychopaths are in charge, like, Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Well, the thing is, now you would be rooting for the criminals to win. They were taking on this enormous corporation. And if Bruce Willis had just stepped out of the way and that executive had given the commands, the code into the vault, those lives would have been saved.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, I do know that was part of their plan to blow up the building to hide their escape. Die Hard fans, don't write in. I have seen the movie.
Are Die Hard fans truly Die Hard fans? Or are they just like lightweight fans who like it at Christmas?
I don't watch it at Christmas. I would rather watch Bernard and the Genie. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, that's good. That's a Richard Curtis movie with Lenny Henry, I believe.
Yeah, there was a remake of it with, I can't remember the female comedian's name, but don't watch the remake.
They should remake Charlie Brown Christmas. And that Rudolph one, that's terrible. Trouble is, you didn't grow up with these things. You're like, that's shit. We did have Charlie Brown Christmas in England, so I guess I grew up.
You did? Did they have to translate the dialogue?
No.
Oh, blimey! This tree's sickly!
No, everyone understood it was about depressive Americans. We just have a good old laugh about how depressed you all are.
Dude, your Christmas story is Tiny Tim.
Tiny Tim wasn't depressed, though, was he? Like, you'll notice that Tiny Tim was quite cheerful.
Yeah, that's because his medication was laudanum. Laudanum and gin. Back in those days, gin was a major problem because they had discovered industrial distilling, or they had perfected industrial distilling, and it was cheap, high-proof alcohol. It was that era's equivalent to crack.
Now, my sister lives. Not only does she look like Jenny Agutter,
she doesn't look like Jenny Agutter. We've had this discussion now. You have been telling me for years your sister looks like Jenny Agutter. She looks like Diana Rigg. Get your pop culture actresses
Well, not
correct.
only does she look like a British girl, she also lives like just like a short walk away from the Bombay Sapphire Gin Distillery,
Oh,
which has been in operation since Victorian times, actually, which is odd because I thought that they just invented Bombay Sapphire in the late 1990s, but no, apparently it has been
no.
around since Victorian times. I thought it was like Werther's Original, where they were just pretending it was old. And it's also very near Watership Down, if you're a fan of rabbits.
No, I'm not.
And I recommend Watership Down. If you haven't read it and you like Lord of the Rings, you should definitely read Watership Down.
Is
Because
that
I'd
like
say it's up there with like Lord of the Rings and Dune as one of the great sort of science fiction fantasy books.
Dune is not one of the great science fiction books?
What are you talking about?
It's freaking fair. It's a freaking fairy tale with spaceships glued on. It's
Yeah,
also
but how is that not a science fiction
it's also
fantasy?
a Freudian nightmare.
Uh, I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's a pretty accurate prediction of what's going to be happening in 10,000 years. Trouble is, not enough science fiction is made like far enough out, like with like Dune. Like they went, okay, we'll go thousands and thousands of years out. Normally it goes like 50 years out, and then 50 years later you're like, well, that was wrong.
Yeah, and that's incredible. And as someone who's now 60, it's depressing. Where's my flying car? Where's my?
Well, they've got flying cars actually now, so
I talked. Flying cars now come up in conversation at least once a week for me.
yeah, they've been
And I'm
invented now.
sick. Oh, wow, we have flying cars now. I don't. No, we don't.
Yeah, we do. Well, you don't, but I mean, billionaires do. You don't think Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk are sort of going around in their flying cars?
I wish they would. Gravity is a harsh mistress. Whenever you draw someone naked, you have to put freckles on their ass.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a tradition in American cartooning.
Well, okay, look, here's the thing. Like growing up in Britain, we were rather taught that American cartoons always go for like sort of what's the way? It's like there's something sort of cheesy and fake about it all.
Oh yeah, sure.
It's a little too sort of polished and like a little too slick. Like in England, those things we don't really trust them.
Yeah, well, I mean, except for Hunt Emerson, I can't really think of any British cartoonists. Okay, you have
The guy who did Andy Cap.
Okay, you have Quentin Blake and Hunt Emerson.
Quentin Blake, yeah, okay, he's got Quentin Blake's widely lauded. Okay, what about Fear and Loathing?
Oh, you're talking about Ralph Steadman?
Steadman, yeah.
He's British?
Yeah.
God, who else did I really, really like? Who was the one who did the St. Trinians?
Yeah, I was about to say him, Ronald Searle.
Yeah, Searle is amazing.
Yeah,
I think they were probably all kidnapped from America and then like imported into Britain.
Well, I think, I'll give it to America that America more or less. Well, no, Hogarth invented cartoons in England. Like Hogarth gets the credit. But then Yellow Kid sort of like given the comic kind of cartoon. But yeah, Hogarth, I think, is considered the father of cartooning. But okay, America really created the comic strip. And we certainly didn't get like the newspaper.
Well, you could argue that the comic strip was, from Pauper's Bibles.
What's that then?
For the illiterate, there were little cheaply made books where the Bible was illustrated, and they were called Pauper's Bibles.
Popper's Bible?
Yes, I would like to. I should do that this year. I've been really toying around about starting a religion.
Oh yeah, that sounds good. Because you've got so many followers on the show. We've actually got like 3 viewers at the moment. So religion should be no problem.
Hey, 9 more. I have disciples. Tell your friends, kids. No, I'm tired of not being worshipped. It gets me down.
But wouldn't you worry about anybody that worships you? I mean, a worshipper is like one step away from being like somebody who wants to murder you.
Hey,
They're going to love you until they realize, like, well, exactly what you're like. They're going to want to kill you.
so far my cats haven't tried to kill me.
They probably have. They're just too small. They can't. Like, my cat used to always be attacking me and biting me and things. I mean, it wouldn't have much chance of killing me.
No, trust me. My cats wanted me dead. They could figure it out.
My friend who liked Doctor Who, he used to say that cats were going to overtake the world when we were all gone.
I certainly hope so.
You hope so?
Yeah.
You do realise that it'll be knee deep in poop because they don't clean up their own poop. You have to clean out their litter tray for them.
No, they'll invent like self-flushing litter trays or something. We just need to genetically ear them to get thumbs. You see, that's what I don't understand about the billionaires, because they're not going full Bond villain. I mean, they're just doing stupid things. I would have a genetic lab where we're evolving cats.
What if your religion was successful?
If I was a multi-billionaire.
Well, if your religion was successful, you would be a multi-billionaire.
I don't think people who do the religious stuff end up as billionaires. I think like these mega church pastors, they're millionaires. Do they get up to the billions?
No, you're getting confused there. A mega church pastor didn't invent a religion. They're just exploiting a previously existing religion.
No, so
you need to be
like franchise owners.
Yeah, you need to be looking at a Mooney's. Yeah, they're franchise. They're like your individual McDonald's owner is not a billionaire, but Ray Kroc, he certainly is. I don't think he's alive anymore. L. Ron Hubbard.
Was L. Ron Hubbard a billionaire?
Well, probably not because he died too young, but and I don't think Miscavige is doing a very good job of running it. But they had the potential of making a lot more money if they hadn't been so. Well, I mean, the trouble is their religion's just a bit evil. So, I mean, I think you want to make a religion that's not completely evil. That's probably you do a little better. In this day where people are sort of going on the internet all the time and saying how evil Scientology is.
I think you have to have evil in your religion so that you can help sell it.
Yeah, it's an important factor. You've got to define some things as being evil.
Yeah.
What would you define as evil?
Cartooning. I think it would be awesome because more people would then do it.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so about Islam's already got that one.
Yeah.
So basically, you're just inventing Islam, so that's not much use to anybody.
I'm not going there. I'm not discussing. I'm not discussing that.
You don't want to get a fatwa.
I'm not discussing that subject.
You want to found a religion, but you refuse to discuss religion. That's quite a good angle, actually.
Well, I mean,
People have to come to you for private consultation.
there are within religion certain guidelines of how you can represent things. For various sects of Christianity in the United States, they don't have
Christianity.
they don't have a crucifix in their houses of worship. There were times in the United States where you were not allowed to celebrate Christmas because it was considered pagan to celebrate it.
Yeah. Well, it is, isn't it?
Well,
In it.
In it.
Right now,
chopping down trees and snogging under the mistletoe.
I would just be perfectly happy to sleep through the Christmas season, hibernate like a bear, and come out afterwards. The only problem is I'd be coming out into this world again.
Well, if you're lucky, or else you'd be emerging like Jonah Hill at the end of Don't Look Up, finding yourself president of what remains of America.
I refuse to watch that.
Oh, you should watch it. It's great.
Uh,
That's a good holiday watch.
Dude, if I want to be depressed, I'll watch On the Beach.
Oh, I've never seen that. I did read the book, though. I'd like to read it. I mean, see it.
This is making a great section for our show, which is Uncle Dale's incredibly depressing movies.
Well, I thought that's what we were talking about. You said you were going to Dale's Deathly Roundups, Dale's Deathly Hallows, Dale's Dead Celebrities, Dale's Dead Celebrity Roundup.
Dale's Dead Celebrity Roundup.
Right, I'm taking my time on this one. I'm not.
What are you doing? Oh, you're drawing another pin-up.
No, I'm doing a holiday theme one though.
A holiday themed one.
And I'm doing it in a brush to make it harder. Harder, but it sort of looks better if I do it right. But look, mainly the main thing about inking is you've got to slow right down, and the problem with this show is I don't really have enough time.
Inking.
Inking.
Yes. Inking.
My son's correcting my pronunciation. I'm not using my received pronunciation.
Well, your son, he has the advantage of being raised by non-native English speakers.
Well, thanks to our president, now English is the native language of this country.
No, American is the native language of this country.
All right. So you don't have the U's that the Huguenots introduced, but other than that, it's the same. In fact, it's more pure English than English, because English in England has got these U's that the Huguenots brought over from France.
The Huguenots.
The Huguenots.
That's really how you pronounce that?
How do you pronounce it?
I don't know.
Yeah, the
Huguenot.
Huguenots. They were the Huguenots. They came over from
Um,
France.
I'm gonna see what Google thinks the pronunciation is.
What, of Huguenots?
They think it's Huguenot.
They're not Huguenots. Huguenots. That's typical. I never
Oh,
heard anyone call them Huguenots. It's O, like OT in French is Huguenot.
Oh, it can be. It's either or. Okay, Huguenot or Huguenot.
Yeah, maybe it's a Huguenot if you're American. You've never heard anyone speak French in your life.
Well, yeah, in French it's Huguenot, but
Yeah, they were
well,
French.
I guess
That's
I
the whole
shouldn't
point.
say that because we're on a public stream. But
I mean, that's part of the reason I think
not
people
a big
like
fan of the
Puritans.
French.
That was the thing. That was the reason the Puritans had the English Civil War and chopped the king's head off and then persecuted everybody, was because they didn't want using the language. And then they got very annoyed when British people said, "Hey, we hate you for persecuting us," and they started coming over here and going, "Oh, we were persecuted. We were persecuted."
what the hell are you talking about, dude?
Yes, you've got it all figured out. You figured out this very confusing Cirque du Soleil play pretty quickly.
Oh yeah. Sam couldn't figure out the Cirque du Soleil. It's very simple. There was
Yeah,
this
it's very
girl called, well,
simple
she
if
wasn't
you've
called
read
Echo, but she
like
was called
every single
Futura.
Greek mythology story ever. Like, I'm sorry I didn't know the Greek mythology story it was based on, so I couldn't just piece two and two together.
Well, look, Timothy Chalamet didn't know the story of Samson and Delilah, so I
I
guess
don't know the story of Samson and Delilah.
you don't know the story of Samson and Delilah.
If it's not something that was historically significant enough to teach us in school, then we don't know it.
Right,
No.
so Samson was like literally the strongest man in the world. All right, that's what he's famous for. He's being the strongest man in the world, and he had a girlfriend, Delilah, and she started sleeping around on him, I think, and basically she learned his secret, which God had given Samson the secret of his strength within his hair, and she learned that to cut his hair would take away all his strength. So, in order to sort of please her new boyfriend, uh, she waited until Samson went to sleep, and then while he was asleep, she cut off all his hair.
No, she didn't.
Well, Dale will tell the proper version. I'm just telling the version I can remember.
Okay.
And then, but then later, like he was imprisoned, and then later he prayed to God. He said, "God, give me my strength one more time." And he was like chained up in the temple. God said, "Okay, I'll give you your strength back for a minute." And he got his strength back, and then he was able to push down the pillars in the temple that he was chained to and collapse the temple on top of killing himself and everybody else in the temple.
Okay. Sam?
Yeah.
Do you know who Dick Van Dyke is? He just turned 100 this last week.
I've heard of him.
He did what to a dyke in a van?
Dick Van Dyke, a very famous American comedic actor who had a classic TV show called The Dick Van Dyke Show. He just
He did what in a van? To who?
And Dick Van Dyke was also in some classic movies like Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, if you've ever seen that.
He did what in a...
So he just turned...
A man named Dick Van Dyke.
He just turned 100. Shut up, Chuck.
And a movie called Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Yes, a movie called Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, based on a book written by Ian Fleming, who wrote the Bond films.
And the movie screenplay was written by Roald Dahl, who was a friend of Ian Fleming.
So...
that Roald Dahl, James Bond may have been based on Roald Dahl.
Dick Van Dyke was in a film called Fitzwilly. with the beautiful actress Barbara Feldon from Get Smart. And I
Dick
highly
Van
recommend.
Dyke fits Willie.
Okay, shut up.
Is
So,
all his movies like this?
okay, so Fitzwilly, which was based
I was getting
on.
annoyed at first, but it does kind of seem like there's a pattern here.
This just does.
All
Fits
right,
Willie in
forget
the
it.
he banged
Forget
her
it.
in a shithole. What?
Forget it. Just say whatever you want.
He bangs a
Be,
dyke in his shitty
say whatever you want. Be a jackass. I get up in the morning to be on this stupid show.
This show's stupid. You're the one talking about shitty bangs in a van.
This is the worst goddamn show.
I think you pronounced best wrong.
I did.
Anyway, wait. So Samson. So that's Samson and Delilah. All right. And the story of Narcissus and Echo. All right, Dale. Why don't you tell us the story of Narcissus and Echo as you remember it?
No, I'm done. I'm going to draw. This is my last show. I was trying to talk about Dick Van Dyke, and I was
All
ridiculed.
right. Yeah. No. Dick Van Dyke. He's 100 years old. Yeah. No. All right. Okay.
No, it's too late.
He's got a new book out called
It's too
Limited
late.
100.
It's too late.
Which was good because he came out in November, so it was like there was a chance he was going to die before he actually reached 100. In which case, it wouldn't have been very as popular.
I'm done. No more. I'm done.
All right, I'll tell the story of Echo and Narcissus.
Yeah.
Okay, Tina says, "Why don't you two let Dale tell his story without interrupting?" All right.
It's over. I'm done.
No, Dale, please.
No, I'm done.
Tina's ordered it now. We'll do it.
I'm done. I'm done.
We always do what Tina says.
I'm done. I don't want. I don't. I'm done.
Please, Dale.
No.
Please,
no,
please, Dale.
No. You ruined it.
But you have to go 0 to 100.
All right, fine. So Dick Van Dyke, who has recently turned 100, was in a wonderful movie that you can find on the internet called Fitzwilly. And Fitzwilly.
Watch Fitzwilly when I suggested that the other day.
Fitzwilly was based on a novel called A Garden of Cucumbers. And one of the things. Oh God!
Wait, what was the name?
Fitzwilly.
Garden of Cucumbers. You're just making this up, man.
I'm not making it up. It actually is based on that. So the whole idea is that a very wealthy elderly woman has given away, or I'm sorry, she didn't inherit anything from her father who spent it all. So the servants who love her run all kinds of criminal scams to keep her financially solvent and to keep their jobs. And one of the scams they run is they go into bars and they do bar bets. So every kid learns from this movie, Fitzwilly, that Samsung's hair was not cut off by Delilah. Delilah ordered a servant to do it. So, kids, if you want to make some money in a bar, you wager with everyone that Delilah didn't cut off Samson's hair. And then this works best in hotel bars. And then you could like ask for someone to go get a Bible and you can prove it. So if you learned anything today from the show, Delilah did not cut off Samson's hair.
So if you're a dyke and you're in a bar and someone says they want to take you to their van so they can fit their willy in.
Thank you. Thanks. This is a wonderful show today.
And then you can go on a nice walk through the Garden of Cucumbers.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
can't.
if a man called
I
Dick
cannot
Willie,
wait.
called Dick Willie wants to show you this.
I cannot wait till I'm off
He
this
wants you to
show.
get in a van and show you his cucumber god.
I can't
Just say
wait.
no.
I can't wait till I'm off this stupid
If he
show.
says he wants to bang you in the shitty.
Oh, shut up. I could be on my way to the Dickens Fair right now.
Yeah, the take you to the Dickens fair.
I could be
You
happily.
know, I think back then people just had some sort of, you know, they were repressed sexually or something, and they just had
Sexually
to.
repressed. Yes, that's the truth of it.
Yes. Back then, everyone was sexually repressed.
I mean, how else can you explain all these names?
Well, also Ian Fleming was obviously a sex maniac. I mean, look at James Bond; he's having sex all the time.
Yeah, but
Right?
isn't that just because it's like a male fantasy?
Yeah,
He
but
probably
Ian
wasn't
Fleming,
having sex all the time, and that's why he needed to have his like OC fantasy character having sex all the time.
yeah. Well, there's some truth to that.
You guys don't understand James Bond at all.
Okay, what are we missing?
Yeah, what are we missing? Enlighten us.
First of all, you don't read the books. Nobody reads those books.
Sure, they do.
No, they don't. The
Yeah, they
books
do.
were, that was just a scam, a tax write-off. It's the movies that count. And they count right up to the Daniel Craig movies.
What about the David Niven one?
That's a great movie.
Is it?
Yes. Have you seen Casino Royale, Charles?
Casino Royale, yeah.
No, not the
It's been a
David
long
Niven.
time though.
No, there was there was one in the 60s, which Peter Sellers wanted to do because Peter Sellers wanted to play James Bond, and he didn't want to play funny James Bonds. He wanted to play sexy James Bonds. But nobody was really into that idea because, you know, he was famous for being funny. And then Orson Welles hated him so much that he didn't even want to be like. There's a scene with Peter Sellers and Orson Welles where they weren't even in the scene together. They were sat across the baccarat table or whatever, and Orson Welles films his scenes completely separately because he couldn't stand Peter Sellers. Poor Peter Sellers. He was messed up. He was a very messed up guy. He was incredibly funny, but very messed up.
Who, Peter Sellers?
Yeah.
Are you gonna have enough time? This is a very detailed armor you're giving her, and you haven't started on the other one yet.
I think the other one might go a bit quicker because I'll be sort of speeding up a bit now.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Yeah. No, it's trouble. I never have enough time to do a good job. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's.
Oh my god. Okay. Wait. Okay, kids, listen. Later today, I'm doing an interview with Avi Jeddah or Jeda. I asked her which one it was, and she said it depends if you're on the East Coast or the West Coast. It's just really confusing. But she's going to be interviewing me. Like, well, she's been talking about doing this for a while, but I guess she's the organizer of Oakland Creates, and she's a friend of the show. She's been on this show before.
Oh, I remember.
In one of its earlier incarnations. On season 50 or whatever. I'm not sure what season we're on now. We're on season like 527, I think. Wait, I can hear banging footsteps upstairs. Is that Sam?
I gotta start switching to Procreate. The watercolor brushes in the watercolor in Clip Studio Paint sucks.
Also, it's all your fault. I'm going slowly down because you keep telling me that I should be like not using washers, and washers really speed things up.
Dude. Unless you're planning on being in the New Yorker, don't use washes. Of course, here I am using washes.
Yeah, I mean, it's not 1960 anymore. They can print grey tones pretty easily and cleanly now.
I wonder if I should try getting in the New Yorker again.
Yeah, I've never tried.
You should.
Yeah, maybe I should. I should send them some of my Urfspace costumes, but I never have time for any of that stuff. And then I'm always worried that I'll be stuck doing that. You'll be careful what you wish for, you know. I don't think people understand that. Whatever you wish for, you'll probably get it.
I wish.
What do you wish for, Dale?
Oh,
Hmm?
I'd like to get my Christmas shopping done.
Yeah, well, you probably will.
Hope so.
I know so. But it depends if that's what you're really wishing for. See, a lot of times people are wishing for all sorts of different things at the same time, and often they're conflicting things.
They're wishing for faff and what's the other thing they wish for?
Wishing for hot baths.
I'd love a hot bath. Shade Dumpster does not have hot water.
Wait, the dumpster you live in doesn't have hot water?
That's right. In the kitchen we have it, but not in the bathroom.
Can't you take the bath in the sink like a baby?
They should.
Oh, I remember we gave Sam a bath in the sink once when he was little.
When he was a teen.
Not recently. Okay, come on. All right, see, I've got to speed it up. He's right. The trouble is, I don't want to ruin it by speeding it up. It's coming out quite good so far.
I think I'll add a little lettering.
A little leather.
Lettering.
Oh.
Yes,
Yeah,
leather.
just some lettering.
Where's my lettering pen? Ugh. Now, I'll add some color.
Yeah, it's difficult. Like the trouble is, yeah, I'm spending too much time on this armor, and it's beautiful armor though.
The thing with armor with Dungeons and Dragons girls is that it's not realistic.
What? What do you mean it's not realistic?
It's just it's like metal lingerie.
Have you not heard of magical armor?
Dude, I don't play Dungeons and Dragons.
All right, well, it's magical armor. It has magical bonuses.
Yeah.
So that's the
I'm a
basic.
grown
That's fundamental.
I'm a grown up. I don't
That's
watch.
why. That's why I wish people would stop saying, "Oh, well, you need to be wearing full on plate mail." No, you don't. It's magical. Get with the programming, people.
Grow up, dude.
What? I mean, look at Conan the Barbarian. Does he wear armor? I mean, sometimes he might do, sometimes, but generally, no. You know, plus also flexibility is a big factor. You know, if you're wearing heavy plate mail, you're not at all flexible. Just FYI.
Yeah, good to know.
I mean, these people, these complainers, they don't think things through. It's like all very knee-jerk reaction. I was going to explain the plot of Echo from Cirque du Soleil last night.
What do you mean Cirque du Soleil last night? Did you watch something on TV that was Cirque du Soleil related?
No, we went to the Cirque du Soleil.
You went to, it's in San Francisco?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. It comes most years, I think. Tina's quite fond of it.
Well, if Tina likes it, then I'll.
They had a very good contortionist. He was like the fossil man. So I thought he was a cat, but Sam said he was a lizard. But then I realized he was supposed to be a fossil because he came out of the ground.
Okay.
And there was a man. Okay, and then I'd been earlier in the day. I had been watching a video. I'd been watching a video of the Kenny Everett video cassettes on YouTube. Now, Kenny Everett's probably not known here. He was a very silly British comedian in the 1980s. But he was doing a sketch where the word of the day was theodolite. And then this guy came on who was like, he was sort of like the ringmaster. I thought he was like an architect or something. But anyway, he was some sort of creator, designer type character. And he was carrying a theodolite. So I thought, what are the odds of that?
Okay, what's a theodolite?
It's like a sort of measuring device that architects and designers use.
Okay.
So as it turned out, theodolite was the word of the day. I guess that's what I'm saying.
Okay, I don't understand.
Well, Kenny Everett was doing this sketch where you had to answer questions and guess the word of the day. And the word of the day was theodolite.
I still don't know who Kenny Everett is.
All right. He had a sketch show which was on the BBC and then later on the ITV because it was a bit too raunchy for the BBC or something. I don't know. And he did various characters like Sid Snot and Gizzard Puke and Captain Kremen.
I'm sorry, you've completely lost me. Now, is this like Benny Hill or?
It was very like Benny Hill. In fact, Benny Hill said the reason he started having Hell's Angels was because Kenny Everett had hot gossip.
I don't understand.
Well, you know, on Benny Hill, he had the Hell's Angels.
Yeah, the dancers.
Right. He got that idea because Kenny Everett was doing it.
Okay, is Charles here? Can Charles bring up a photo of Kenny Everett?
Yeah, I can bring up a photo of Kenny Everett.
Do you know who Kenny Everett is?
It's always someone I haven't heard of in 1980.
I don't think he crossed the pond. He was a bit too silly. But he was pretty funny. Like the kids, we all loved him. Yeah.
The kids, we all loved them.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the old fogey is like, well, he's not as good as Benny Hill. But Benny Hill literally admitted to stealing his ideas.
Here's some Kenny Everett.
There he is.
Yeah.
Right, that one. Yeah.
I don't recognize that person at all.
Oh, yeah, there you go. He would do this sort of drag character. Look at him with the beard and he had big tits. And he would go, it's all done in the best possible taste.
I have no idea who we're talking about.
He made fun of Americans a lot, I think. Like a lot of his characters were sort of stupid Americans.
Good to know.
Yeah, that one. What was that? I don't remember the name of that character. Which she would go, it's all done in the best possible taste. All right, I'm sorry. That's
No, you're not.
viewers out there. Yes. If you look, some comments there. Stop interrupting Charlie. Okay, I've got to stop interrupting. Oh, look, best viewers on streamboo.com.
Probably
Can't be any
go
worse.
ahead and block that guy.
What? Well, I'm just saying he's probably right. They can't be any worse than the viewers we've got here.
Well, it'll just be, well, it probably is worse because it's probably a phishing link.
Click it. Okay.
All right, I think that's enough Kenny Everett.
Oh, I don't. I think we need more Kenny Everett.
Don't we all need more Kenny Everett in our lives?
I think definitely. I'm not sure what happened. Did he get cancelled or banned? Thing is, I always thought, I mean, yeah, well, I always just sort of assumed that he was probably gay, but it turned out he wasn't, but I'm not sure. I think he probably was, but he just was a bit closeted or something. I don't know. Who knows about these things? He definitely played that a lot. And then later he would be a DJ on the radio, on London Capital Radio, and he would do the adventures of Chris P. Bacon. That was the sort of thing he would do.
I think I've finished my cartoon for the day.
Okay, I got to really speed up here.
Let's try another one.
The Adventures of Chris P. Bacon. I don't know. He was just very funny. You don't think that's funny? The Adventures of Chris P. Bacon.
No.
Oh, I thought that was funny.
Let's try another cartoon. It's going to be quick. What are you going to do today, Charles?
Are you asking the producer, Charles?
Yes.
Wait, what was the question? You were very quiet.
I was just curious what you're going to be doing today.
Oh, what am I going to be doing today?
Yeah.
Playing D&D with middle schoolers, and then playing Magic the Gathering with adults. Can
Oh, you're going to work.
you repeat that?
You're going to work.
Yes.
Okay, you could have just said, I'm going to work.
Well, I like to say it like that because, if I say going to work, it sounds like it could be boring.
Work is boring. Well, actually, I kind of enjoyed the Christmas season when I worked retail.
I haven't really got to the good bit of this drawing. It's already 11:26. Maybe I'll finish it with Avie. But I'm not sure when she's going to put her show out because we're doing it on Zoom. That's confusing. Uh,
Well, I was at Hadbro Toys yesterday in the Capitola Mall, one of the better used toy stores in the Bay Area. And I noticed the price of the Super 7 figures, now that Super 7 is having financial problems, have gone up in price. So
Wait, who are the Super 7? Are they like the Fantastic Four?
Super 7 is a toy manufacturer. It's a toy company out of San Francisco, and they license and make amazing action figures for cult properties. Um,
Oh. Oh, yeah, I think a lot of those companies are going out of business. I heard that 3A was going out of business.
Unfortunately, the tariffs have destroyed their business model. So, if you're holding off and getting a certain Super 7 action figure, do not hold off. Buy it now.
Right, because now they'll be worth even more.
Um, well, they won't exist.
Yeah. Well, it's like I've been telling you, plastic is the rarest and most valuable commodity in the universe.
Yep.
So, people are starting to wake up to that. One day, those plastic figures are going to be worth more than diamonds and gold once people actually understand. I mean, they already are, but humans just haven't realized it yet. Humans are a bit dim, in case you hadn't noticed.
That's why we're hoping the cats take over.
I don't think cats are any smarter, to be honest.
They are.
I mean, I understand what you're saying that humans are dim, and that
I
cats.
didn't say humans were dim. You said humans were dim.
Yeah, well, I didn't say you said it. I was just saying I understand that, um, but I don't know cats. I mean, okay, it's like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Like humans thought they were sort of smarter than dolphins because all dolphins did was muck around in the water and have fun all day, and
Yeah.
dolphins thought they were smarter than humans for exactly the same reasons.
All right, let's put a little ink on this. Oh, I'm not really in the mood to draw today. I don't have the Christmas spirit. I'm just.
Well, when you get drunk, that's normally how people get in the Christmas spirit.
Well, I gave up drinking.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, me too. Well, not really. I mean, I started again though, but my friend Kelty, who's writing my new Astro Kitty comics, she gave up drinking.
Good
Apparently,
for her.
I don't know if she was drinking a lot or if she just.
I think everyone should give up drinking, to be honest. Not very popular opinion, but you'll save money. Your doctor will be happy. You'll be depressed, but
Yeah, I know. I'm not that keen on drinking, really. It's very bad for you. It dries you out.
yes, it does. It pickles your innards.
Yeah, they call it soused for a reason.
The thing is, as you get older and you realize all these things that you did wrong, you want to try to communicate to the younger generation, and they just think that you're an SOB who doesn't want them to have any fun.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we're right about the drinking.
Well, okay, but then I saw a study recently that said that uh, binge drinking was in your use associated with higher correlation to success in later life.
Really?
Yeah. Sorry to say. Sorry to say. Yeah, well, but then I thought, well, it probably makes sense because you go out for all those after work drinks and stuff. That's probably as good for your success, and you're socially lubricated. But I'm just letting you know
Who
that
did this
there's
study?
two sides to the story.
Who did this study? The National Association of Liquor Manufacturers?
I don't know. It was on the internet.
Believe everything you read on the internet, dude.
All right, I'm going to start the second character here. Right. Although my brush's tip is a bit fuzzy.
Start the second character. You only have a half hour.
Well, all right, but I think it'll be a bit quicker because there's less armor. I don't know if I'm going to have time for the castle. That's the only bit I'm really worried about. This brush is fucked.
Your brush is what?
I don't know. It's a bit fuzzy.
Fuzzy. Fuzzy. Yeah, I'm sure that's the word I heard. Fuzzy. I'm sure that was the word.
Like Fuzzy Bear, the Children in Need bear. All right, yeah. Well, if you're depressed at Christmas, I suggest you give a large amount of money to children in need. That will cheer you up.
Holiday season is the season of giving. I still haven't given to the Cartoon Art Museum.
Yeah, Andrew only wanted 41 people to give $41. Not a lot.
I need to do that.
Do it now.
Cartoon Art Museum is a shining gem of San Francisco's mediocrity.
What are you talking about?
San Francisco's shitty city.
Where's got a better cartoon art museum?
No, I mean, I love the San Francisco Cartoon Art Museum.
Too right, you better.
really upset that I missed that New Yorker event at the Cartoon Art Museum. Stupid traffic. I left way too late.
Yeah, that sucks. I know the Costume Art Museum is not very conveniently located.
Well, it is if you.
Yeah,
It
it's if you're a
is.
tourist, but I don't know. I don't see a lot of tourists going in there. I mean, it seems to be so dead. I feel like they've got to do something better to market it. Considering where they are, they should have a lot more people going in.
It's a great place, and I love it. And if you plan, all you gotta do is park under the Ghirardelli chocolate experience.
Well, all right. I think Sam's going off to get ready for work or something. I hear footsteps upstairs.
That's Mom. I'm here.
Oh, you're here? Okay. She's certainly clumping about a lot. Sounds like it. Sounds more like you. All right. Well, somebody's got to talk about something. I mean, I've got to get really focused on getting this
I'm
drawing.
drawing. All right, fine. I'll talk about something. How about those Dodgers?
What are they dodging? Taxes, probably.
I don't know. People want to talk about sports. I'm not into sports.
I mean, why are they called dodgers? They're tax dodgers. What is it?
Probably.
They're dodging the law. They're
Probably.
dodgy blokes. Like Roger the Dodger. He always had some scam going.
Go sports team. Yeah, cartooning requires that you just shut up and put marks on a piece of paper.
Yeah. I don't think people appreciate how difficult this is.
It's not that difficult.
You know, they don't want it to be difficult. They want it to be like easy. They want to be like, oh, look, he's just doing it easily. And then they can ignore it. Then they can feel fine about ignoring it because it looks too easy. I could do that.
I encourage people to do it. More people should draw cartoons, make zines. I should. I should make a zine this year and go to the Zine Fest. Be one of those people at the table, begging people to look at my zine.
Well, they can look or not look. Up to them, isn't it? But sometimes you have to make them, like, you have to sort of guide their eye because there's so much to look at. And I mean, I do it myself. Like, I mean, when you're away, I mean, you can't really see everything. You're like, your eye can just like, oh, there's stuff there. I don't know. I mean, you have to
Well,
spot
you
people.
have to have an elevator pitch. That's the thing is you're at a table, you're at a convention, you have to convince the person walking by to take the time and stop and look at your stuff.
Yeah, I just object to the term elevator pitch because if I was in an elevator, the last thing I want is somebody giving me their fucking pitch.
Dude.
Somebody tried to pitch me. If I had resources, and somebody was trying to pitch me with an idea in an elevator, I definitely wouldn't go for it. Like
Hey, I
how
discovered
good it was.
who is the young adult cartoonist who draws that? She drew Smile.
Raina Telgemeier.
Yeah, Raina Telgemeier. I met her at an alternative press expo many, many years ago before she did her first young adult novel. And she had an amazing elevator pitch, which caused me to buy one of her zines.
And what was it?
She was really attractive. She still is. She's freaking beautiful. But yeah, that's
not
how.
Being so un-PC and like, wokeness is just something that happens to other people for you, isn't it?
Dude, I'm telling you that when you're at a convention and you want to sell your zines and comics, use sex appeal. I mean, you go to any other trade show and they have booth babes, and that's what you need, Chuck. You need booth babes.
Well, I remember going to Comic-Con in San Diego one year, and I used to still smoke back then. I went out, and you could still smoke like up on the upper deck in those days. I was out having a smoke break, and I was sat next to like quite a hot model, and she was a booth babe, and she said it would only cost $120 to hire her for the day, which I thought, well, that's actually relatively cheap.
Yeah. I'm telling you, that's what you need to be doing at these conventions. Instead of being there going, oh, cosplayers don't buy anything, you want.
They really don't, though.
You need to get these people over to your booth.
No, I hear what you're saying, but cosplayers it's still not going to make cosplayers buy anything. They're just going to be jealous that you've got a better cosplayer.
Yeah,
then you'll attract a whole bunch of cosplayers come over. They'll be talking cosplay at your booth and stopping anybody from coming and buying anything. I mean, that was the worst year I ever had was when I was next to the brown coats. I mean, I've got nothing against that show, but the bloody brown coats, they just like kept crowding in front of the booth all the time.
Oh, you're talking about for that TV show Firefly?
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't have any
shows with brown coats in them.
You should have had a Firefly themed zine.
Well, I didn't know I was going to be next to the brown coats, and I don't do fan art.
Dude, you gotta start doing fan art.
Fan arts for second tier artists.
Oh my god, dude.
No, I sometimes do some fan art, but only sort of.
Didn't you just recently do SpongeBob at the Cartoon Art Museum?
Well, that was in Ada of the Cartoon Art Museum, so yes.
So that whole thing about you not doing fan art was a lie?
No, I'm saying it's not a lie. I said I sometimes do fan art.
You lie.
It depends on the purposes. If it's something that I feel particularly passionate about, then I might do it. Or, if it's like to raise funds or promote the Cartoon Art Museum, then I'll do it for a service. Or, somebody particularly wanted a commission or something, I would probably do it. But I don't actively encourage those sort of commissions.
I think you should be doing caricatures when you're at a convention.
I hate doing caricatures. I mean, I can do them, but
Yeah.
and I do some, and again, I do those. Those are something I get commissioned to do a bit. But
You should do caricatures.
yeah, all right. I should go into banking. I could make a lot of money. And if I wanted to make money, I'd go into bloody banking.
Yeah, kids, the way to make money as a cartoonist is to make money another way and just be a cartoonist as a hobby. Did you know that Pierce Brosnan went to art school and he was going to be a painter?
No,
Yeah, and then he became an actor.
yeah, and now he can afford to be a painter because he was
Yeah,
James Bond.
yeah. That's the whole point of this. Is that's actually something that's been written about a lot, which is the starving artist barbell strategy, which is if you're going to be an artist, then you want to get a Joe job and then just do art as your hobby and make your art as bizarre as possible so that you're more likely to attract readers. You know, when I was going to uh, the CTN Expo, and I would look at the people selling their art there, and it was all stuff that was influenced heavily by Cal Arts. It all had this Disney concept art look. And what did all the kids buy there? They all bought Matthias Aldefson's sketchbooks, which were just heavily influenced by Richard Scarry and Sergio Aragonés. Not that Matthias Aldefson isn't an original, but you could see his influences.
I don't know. He's a bit random though, isn't he?
No, he has his unique style, and
Yeah, but he just draws sort of random stuff.
yeah, and that's what he discovered sells.
Yeah. All right. Again, if it's all about what sells, go into banking. Like the bankers have somehow figured it out that if they play with the money all day, they can keep most of it for themselves. I don't know. They figured that out in the 80s, I think. Before that, they were just sort of more menial service people, but now they sort of got some idea that they're better than everybody because they keep all the money for themselves. Uh,
Well,
but there's a reason why banker rhymes with wanker. In fact, in Cockney rhyming slang, a merchant banker is what it sounds like.
now what's
The right
Cockney?
merchant. You say he's a right merchant.
What's Cockney rhyming slang?
So if I were, instead of saying a turd, I'd say a bird, or I'd say a Richard because it's a Richard the Third is a bird.
Richard the Third is a bird.
There's a little Richard, or you say a Dicky bird, so you say a Dicky bird. Or I give you a call on the dog because the dog and bone is the phone.
The dog and bone is the phone.
But you don't say
Yeah,
the living bit. You just say the bit that goes that doesn't rhyme.
yeah. Is this something?
Like an intelligence test.
Is this something that evolved from like the alcoholic pub culture?
It's just an intelligence test to see
It
whether you're
doesn't. It doesn't
see
sound
whether
like
you've got
the
any nous or not.
It doesn't
If you don't
sound like
get it, if
the.
you don't get it, it means you don't got no nous.
It doesn't sound like the language of Shakespeare to me.
Well, it's not exactly Shakespeare, no. But I don't know. Shakespeare probably used rhyming slang, didn't he?
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know.
I reckon he probably did
He probably did what?
use rhyming slang, Shakespeare.
Oh,
Well, I saw that Sergio Aragonés has a new Gru series coming.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's still plugging away.
Good to know. Good for him. Glad to hear it.
Yeah. All right, I've done 2 cartoons. It's 11:51. Do we want to do our show and tell?
Yes.
Okay.
What is our show and tell? Talking about,
You
what are you
know,
talking about? You were talking about your shopping?
no, how we like show what we've drawn.
Oh, okay. Well, you can do that. I haven't finished drawing my drawing yet.
Yeah, that's because you have no. It's because you have no sense of time.
Well, I mean, I know it's going to be difficult. That's why I started it early. I'm trying to do a good one. Because last week you rushed me in. It's all your fault because you're like, oh, you can't use washes. You just got to use.
Can't use washes. Washes suck.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it takes twice as long, doesn't it?
Okay, so if Charles wants to throw my cartoon on the big screen,
sure.
hang on.
Tired of having to argue all the time.
And the other one I did was, hang on, let me turn this one off. Oh, I need to put some blacks in the mouth there. Where's my pen? Where's my pen? Ooh, I should have given him like a big snaky tongue. It's not too late to do that. That's the nice thing about Clip Studio Paint is it's extremely forgiving.
That's not. No, that's no. You have to be cruel to be kind. You need unforgiving tools.
Yeah, you needed a tongue. All right.
You think the universe is forgiving? You're out in space and you forgot your oxygen. No, you'll be dead, just like that.
So are you going to finish that drawing?
To err is human, to forgive divine. And as Gru says, did I err?
Well, I'm done. Remember to save the file. Wrong thing. I should go to the Dickens Fair today. Spend lots of money.
What are you going to spend money on at the Dickens Fair?
Hopefully Christmas gifts, because all my friends are like zero help.
You think they want things from the Dickens Fair?
Yes, actually, I'm pretty sure they do. They better.
Well, what things do they have? Like they have
Dickensy things.
roasted chestnuts, mince
Dickensy things.
pies.
I got my hat at the Dickens Fair.
You're going to get them all top hats.
I've learned not to buy the hats because I don't know how big their heads are.
Ooh, they have sexy corsets.
They do have sexy corsets. All right, I think we need to wrap this up. It's 11:57.
Okay. I haven't finished yet, though.
Do I need to stay on for another couple hours while you drag this out?
No, you can go. You're excused.
Oh, thank you. All right. Well, I don't know if I'll get to talk to all of our viewer in before Christmas. So I hope you have a happy
All right.
holiday.
Oh, we got a few viewers today. Three
We
viewers.
did. We had viewers. I can't believe it. All right.
Apparently.
Well,
Thanks, viewers.
thanks, viewers.
Thank you, viewers, current and future.
Yeah. End the show.
Yeah, and there may be other viewers in the future. They're future viewers. They're undisclosed future
No,
viewers.
that's true. We may have people digging this tape up. Intelligent cockroaches digging this up thousands of years from now.
Yeah, our robotic future descendants. They'll be ploughing through all these archives of material, find out what was actually good. Because I'm pretty sure that nothing that's popular now will be popular with our future robot descendants.
Well, I'm thinking the pornography will be.
Why would they be interested in pornography?
To laugh.
They're going to be interested in humans actually creating things like rawly out of nothing, as we're doing here today.
Oh, for God's sakes, please end the show.
Well, I got to finish my drawing first, but you can go.
Oh, I can't go if you're still here.
You can't? Sure you can.
Are you actually going to stay online while you finish this, which is going to be yet another couple hours?
I don't think so. I think I've done, like, the hard bit was over here. This is sort of, and I'm warmed up now. So
All right. Thank you for having me on the show, Charles and Chuck. And I'm going to take off. Have a happy holiday season. Try to survive.
yeah, Charles probably has to go too because he's got to go to work.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, Dale.
Enjoy
Thank
the
you.
Dickens Fair.
Okay. Bye.
Bye bye.
Yeah, I don't know, Sam, if you've got to go and get ready for work or whatever.
Not
Hey.
quite yet. I gotta print out a couple things, but I'll stay on while I do that. Wait. Better.
You mean 3D print things?
No. 2D print some paper.
Okay. Lady Krampus. Or Mrs. Krampus.
Ramping his style.
Yeah. Her style's being cramped. Oh. I'm giving people outside. I got some good footage of that Cooper's hawk yesterday eating the pigeon. Should have shown that.
Oh,
All right, yeah, okay. So I looked up about the Cirque du Soleil, and well, okay, that character wasn't Echo, although I thought that she was called Futura or something for some reason. I mean, I thought she must be Echo because I mean, she came on at the beginning saying, "Hey, I'm Echo." So I don't really know. I don't really sure what the Echo bit was all about. But also, I made sense because Echo. I don't remember Echo having a dog in the story. So yeah, I don't know. It was all a bit vague, to be honest. It didn't really add up. It was also like the world of they were in the world of imagination. Like, okay, I guess they're in the world of imagination then.
I definitely think the coolest thing was the giant puppet. That was quite cool.
Yes. I know the bit I found most amazing was the people with their hair spinning around, just joined by their hair. It's that seemed very wrong to me, or something. Something seemed very peculiar about that. Okay, I definitely need some shading here. I'm really confused because okay, there's shading on the hands here. I should have thought about this. I mean, I could water down my ink and do it that way. Okay, getting that. Okay, this chain's going to be a bit awkward. It'll take a bit of time. Certain things like chains, you can only really do them by taking time on them. Now, I don't know much about Krampus. We didn't have Krampus in England. My aunt had lived in Germany for a bit, and she would talk about some of those things. I think she'd seen Krampus.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Krampus is definitely an interesting tale.
It's an interesting tale.
I don't know. I feel like it was kind of just made up to scare children.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, we used to have Straw Peter, which had which was quite scary to children. It was a German book, and on the cover, it was like a sort of collection of rhymes. But on the cover was Straw Peter, who he never cut his hair or his nails, and he's standing there looking a bit like sort of Krampus with his fingers out and like huge long nails and this crazy hair. And then generally something horrible happens to them all. They sort of get chopped up or put in mincing machines, or some terrible thing happens to everybody in Straw Peter. So, I mean, maybe Germans are more used to it. I think English kids, we were all a bit traumatized by it. But it's yeah, it was a sort of a Victorian thing, really. The thing about Dale is like, I mean, okay, Tina's accusing me of interrupting him, but he's got plenty of things to say to fill up the dead air. I don't know. I feel like it doesn't really matter if I interrupt him because he's just going to keep talking again afterwards anyway. Well, he got a bit upset at one point.
I don't know. I think he was being a bit sensitive, in my opinion. Like, come on, every single one of those names were silly.
Yeah, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, Fitz Willie, and Dick Van Dyke.
Why so serious?
Why so serious?
Okay, now I do have to go though.
Okay. Well, then
All right.
It'll just be me and the viewers.
All right. Well, enjoy your drawing. It's looking good.
I want to get it finished. It's going to take a little while longer. All right. Well, thank you to my co-hosts today. Couldn't have done it without you. I've got to get this finished because it's Christmas. I mean, it will be no good doing this next week. All right. Okay. It's called sidebarring. But all right, maybe I should interrupt less. This is where I should have uploaded the music so we could listen to that, but I didn't. Maybe I'll make it look more like blood. Okay, Christmas time, mistletoe and wine, children singing Christian rhyme. Okay, sorry. Okay. Chain is going to take a while. Some sort of cheaty ways to do chains. But I guess I'm going to do a nice one for Christmas. Why does Krampus have chains? I don't know. Well, we've lost a viewer now. But thanks to you who's still here. If you want to send me a question, I'll endeavour to pay attention and answer it. Well, all right. I thought it's a funny picture. My brush is splitting up. Hang on. Okay, getting there. Might need a little more shading and stuff. We'll see. Jacob Marley, he wore the chains he forged in life. That was from a Christmas Carol. In England, we used to have paper chains in 1970s Christmas. They were very big. I think they went out by the 80s when you could get better tinsel. Very good, looking good. Oh, now tonight, if you're still listening, if you're in the Bay Area, over in Emeryville, at Lane Splitters Pizza, a couple of bands off the Future Sounds of Urfspace album will be playing. That namely Charm World and Supersonic Symbiotic. Just a little plug for my friends' bands there. And the album, of course. More in there. Thought about that a bit more, probably. All right. Never mind. Drawing is the sum of its parts. Sometimes you just got to keep going till you get to the end. And it all makes sense. The little bits you got wrong here and there don't matter so much. Like the other bits you do, one bit reacts off another bit. That makes any sense. Okay, getting there, getting there. All about the journey, not the destination. All right, I think with drawing, it's somewhat about the destination. It's a bit like that scene in Oliver, Boy for Sale. That's a nice Christmas film. Krampus for Sale. She called a Krampus. Okay. I see what he did there. Well, fine. Hmm. Big rush. Alright, I still want to get the castle in the background. Alright, let's do a little more down here though. Alright, maybe another half hour. I might put a bit of wash on it still. A bit of red might be nice. Some of that holiday colour in. I might have to do that later though. Pushing my limits here a bit. Oh. Oh, that's probably wrong, isn't it? Because that needs to be. Okay. Oh, it's a bit silly. Uh-oh. He's off to work. All right.
Looking good.
Thank you. Have a good one. Hmm. I'm already getting the snow effect that I wanted, but all right. So there. Okay. Well, I think that's all I got time for right now. Maybe a bit of wash would make it look a little more. Maybe I'll colour it some, make it a little more Christmassy. All right. Thanks for watching. I think that's the end of the show now. Yeah, I'm probably going to put a little colour on it later. I might do a few more things, but all right. Quite good. Yeah, all right. 2 figures is a lot to do, and yeah, without any washes or anything. Yeah. Do you think I'm going to put some colour on it? It'll be a little Christmassier. I can make it a little Christmas card out of it. All right. Thanks for tuning in. If you'd like to receive a copy of my Christmas card, sign up for my email list, I guess, on urfspace.com. Where's me? There I am. All right. Thanks a lot for tuning in. We'll be back again next week. Oh, there's Nancy Beth. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Nancy. Thanks for tuning in. I guess it's just the end of the show now, but all right. I'm going to play the theme tune. That's all I got today. Where's the theme tune? I lost it. There it is. Okay. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. See you again. Happy Christmas.
Here's a theme song for Chuck Wheelan Showy. He asked me to write one, but I stole from David Bowie. Here's a theme song. Chuck Wheelan is the best. We have lots of hosts, but we're running out of gas. Will you be our guest on? Will you be our guest on? Beyond the Chuck Wheelan Show. Whoa, 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 whoa.
If you're gonna have a show, you gotta have more guests, sweetie.